up, Woodward? We are starting off your day with a brand new crew. Meet Broder.
I can't control my arms sometimes. My limbs are just kind of flying.
Detroit Kool-Aid.
Fired up.
Y'all got Kool-Aid.
I'm fired up. But with the Wake Up Woodward crew, he's actually a part of the family.
Flannel Sam.
Ask me about my wiener. Okay.
Along with JB and
Friday
KG.
Kool-Aid. Boys, you ready? Boys, you ready to go?
Every morning, 8 to 10 a.m. Live on Woodward Sports. A show for Detroit by Detroit with people from Detroit. Tell Siri to set an alarm.
You think this chat's ready for us today?
Let's rock, man. Let's rock. It's a Friday show. What up, though, people? Thank you guys for choosing to kick off your day with Wake Up Woodward. It's a Friday show, so you guys already know we're going to be more than on one. Hi, boy, it's your boy Brandon, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. That right there, decked out in the gear, our credential Tigers and our Lions reporter and writer Matthew Broder, and for a special reason.
We're celebrating that 1984 World Series championship today. 40th anniversary. 40th anniversary. We're definitely talking about that today, Kool-Aid.
Let's go.
You doing good? You doing well?
Actually, I'm doing really, 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 really good.
I love that.
I am.
I love that.
And you know what? Shout out to you, man. Matthew Broder.
What heaven?
Hey, you know what? It's next man up.
Oh, skirt.
Hey, shout out to Matthew Broder. He was up there editing, cutting up, man, like a hibachi chef.
I'm learning.
A reel, and it absolutely blew up, man. The content did great. Shout out to you, man.
I'm learning. We're always trying to pick each other up, help out our squad. We're heading into football season. This is the most busy time of year. I'm excited to contribute in any way possible. I'm happy to be up on this desk with you.
Course.
I miss my guy Flannel.
Shout out to Flannel Sam, man.
But we're here right now today. And you know Flannel and Neil. They're going to go ham on college football during Big D Energy. Yep. They're going to have a hell of a show. I can't wait for that. Excited to be here with the boys. Hey. I get this view of KG now again.
Hey, man.
I've been looking at like the side of your head for the last couple days.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to the rest of the crew. That dude, Justin, we see you. We love you. Flannel Sam will be on Big D Energy today. He had a fire week. Intern Chase is in the building.
My dog.
Hey.
What's up, everybody? How's it going today?
Chase!
Chase.
You're going to see more and more of Chase as we go through because this dude has some introspective questions. He looks at sports in a different way, and I love it. I love it. We're going to start working in some of his stuff. Chase is he's a future star. We just said goodbye to Justin temporarily.
Yeah.
Talk about next man up. You know Justin
Next
would
man
say,
up.
hey, there's a good one coming.
Hey, listen, man.
Cheers.
When we knew that intern Chase wanted to be an intern here, people like you, KG, and Justin were like, hey, Kool-Aid.
Please.
What you doing? What you doing? So welcome to intern Chase, or as I'm starting to learn about him or call him, AKA Anti-Flannel.
Oh, I love flannel.
No. Anti is not a negative thing. It's not a negative thing.
Oh, okay, like the opposite of
Just
flannel.
the opposite of
I got you. I got what you're
Anti-flannel.
saying. I got what you're saying.
And I love it. Shout out to our elite booth, man. It's time to introduce the best in the game. Detroit's #1 draft pick in the sound booth, that is KG.
You
what
know
up,
it.
though, Black Hollywood?
Man, you know I work too much, bro. I didn't even realize this was Friday. When you said Friday show, I'm like, damn, it's Friday already?
Right?
I've been in this place too damn much. I love y'all, but it's time for a break.
These
Y'all
days are
over
blurring
the place.
together.
Man.
We got to start doing a Where's KG instead of Where's Waldo. Where's KG?
Right.
Remotes all over the place.
I'm Carmen San Diego now.
KG San Diego.
Right.
Where in the world is KG San Diego? Hey, shout out to Woodward Sports' MVP in the titty booth because it's a Friday show.
My
right?
dog.
Hey, JB Smooth.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Thank God it's Friday. This has been one hell of a week. And hey,
Talk
the
about
whole world was on Colorado -10 yesterday. What'd I give you? North Dakota State +10. You cashed out on that bet. I gave you one.
He's teasing
You
his
did.
betting segment there.
do
right?
that again, man. Hey, we cut the promo. Cut the promo. No,
Talk
for
your
real.
shit.
Cut
Talk
the
your
promo.
shit.
Hey.
Hold on, no. Whoa. Because I know he's going to tell the people we talking about today. But JB Smooth be on his stuff, dog. He be on this stuff. We're going to make sure that you talk your talk, man. Cut that promo.
Hey, look. I tried to tell you yesterday. The whole world was on Colorado -10. No disrespect to Dion and his team, but I knew North Dakota State was going to be just a little bit edgier in this game, and I gave you plus 10 on them. And guess what? If you took it, you cashed out.
It was edgy, all right. But I do believe. Do you believe?
Do you believe, KG?
I believe. I can't wait to get at Sam today, boy. I know he was mad. Big mad.
Oh, man. Matthew Broder?
Yes.
Would you like to tell the people what we are talking about today?
I would. We're talking Lions. We're going to start off, getting warmed up, first couple segments talking Lions. Then we're going to hit these 1984 World Series champion Tigers
Bless
again.
you, boy.
It's their 40th anniversary. They're being celebrated down at Comerica Park all weekend, starting tonight with, guess who? Casey Mize on the bump against the Red Sox. This is a big series. This is a big moment. We got guys coming back from this 84 team. This is a team to celebrate. We're going to have a nice little segment on them. I can't wait. Just after that, we're hopping into college football in the 9 o'clock hour. We got a JB betting segment. We're giving our college football season predictions, especially for both Michigan and Michigan State. I am ready to go Kool-Aid. But
yes, sir.
We got to start off with some sad news, man. Terrible, terrible news. For those of you who haven't heard, Columbus Blue Jackets in the NHL, Columbus Blue Jackets forward Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew, they were killed last night.
Oh, my God.
They were killed last night in a biking accident. They were visiting, or not visiting, they were, today was their sister's wedding, and they were going to be groomsmen in it.
Oh,
I don't know all the details. I just found out about it in the last half hour, thanks to Chuck Brewer.
Thoughts and prayers.
But what a horrible, horrible tragedy. Gaudreau was 31. The wedding was in Philadelphia. That's where they were. Gaudreau had 2 young children, a daughter, Noah, and a son, Johnny, and his wife, Meredith. Both born in Columbus. Gaudreau, this is a heart and soul of that Columbus Blue Jackets team. And his brother, Matthew, who I don't know much about. We got to mention him. I can't imagine what that family's going through.
Yeah.
So I think we should all take a moment of silence maybe right now just to honor them. I don't know if there are words. So if we could all just take a moment of silence, let's do that. And prayers to whoever you pray to, whatever spirituality you believe in. Prayers to their family and their loved ones. There's no real good transition. We just hope this is hockey. This is rivalry. This is everything aside. They're humans, and they left behind families. So to the Gaudreau family, prayers with you from me and from Woodward Sports, from our team here.
Yeah.
You want to take a break now, or you want to get back?
We'll take one.
Okay.
We'll take one.
Okay. We'll take a super quick break. We'll be right back. I got some Tigers trivia for you and some news around the world of sports before we get into Lions. But again, remembering Johnny Gaudreau, brother Matthew, remembering the Gaudreau family. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers. We'll talk to you in just a minute.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Detroit Lions season. And if you guys know anything about Woodward Sports last year, the watch parties, the post-game shows, 10s, 20s, 30,000 views, man. All of you guys out there supporting us, and you guys, we heard you. You said, we wish we could be there with you guys. And now we got that option. The watch party with the heavyweights and the post-game show with Stick and Anson are sponsored by Sabbath Coffee. And you can join Woodward Sports and all of us, the heavyweights, Stick and Anson, everybody at Hayes Social in Shelby Township for the biggest watch party and post-game show in Metro Detroit. The big fellas, they go live just before the kickoff, and we will catch all their reactions live on Woodward Sports. Come eat, drink, and cheer on the brand new Lions. Show up and hang out. I'm telling you guys, we want to see you. And right after the game, Stick and Anson will be live from Hayes Social, giving you their instant take on the game right after. So look, stay tapped in. So even if you can't be there, you already know. Stay plugged with Woodward Sports, your #1 digital sports outlet.
All right, boys and
Your
girls.
butt.
Do you like violence? Oh, horrible transition.
Yeah, that was kind of bad.
That's why we went to break.
Yeah.
So when I say stupid stuff, it doesn't carry over from the serious
All right,
stuff.
what reset. What up, though, people? Thank you guys for choosing to kick off the day with the Wake Up Woodward Crew, the WUW Crew. Shout out to Fresno, Sam, and that dude, Justin. We got everybody else in the building today, and we got a lot on the schedule, man.
We do.
Yes.
We do. Guys, who is, to you, the current best shooter in the NBA? Maybe one of the best of all time.
I mean,
come
Stephen
on now.
Curry.
Yeah, you hear he got an extension.
Yeah.
Got a 1 year extension.
That was
62
pretty wild.
million.
60. I think it's 63, but
Yeah.
over 60.
Yeah.
Like, this dude, he's now guaranteed 78 mil through the next 3 years. When that season ends, Curry's on-court earnings will have reached around $532
And he's
million
guaranteed how
for
much
his
for the
career.
next 3 years?
He's guaranteed 78 mil through the next 3 years, including that 63 mil. But 532 on-court earnings, that's second most in NBA history behind LeBron's 580 mil.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're the GOATs. One of the GOATs.
Yeah, it's awesome to see these guys have this type of success. Honestly, for this long of a career, man. Like, when I think about our greats, they didn't have that long a career. You know, they were some absolute bad boys when you talk about Isaiah Thomas. Other than, like, Joe Dumars, I don't really know how many of our greats had that long of a career, especially in the same uniform.
And it was questionable to be headed that direction. He had ankle injuries at the beginning of his career.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't sure if Steph Curry was going to be
They were
Steph Curry.
struggling, too. They were struggling. That's the thing, and that's why when I hear people talk about that squad being this kind of unfair super team, it's like, no, they were literally the prototype
Right.
team.
Homegrown.
That's the poster child team for every NBA fan
Yeah.
out there. They were homegrown. They made the right draft choices, not with a whole bunch of high picks. They went and they made the right draft picks, and when it was time to bring in the right types of vets, not until KD did they go out there and make what you would consider to be a splash. But how many championships did they win before that?
a lot.
It's crazy, man. And Steph Curry, it's at the center of it all. So it's cool to see somebody who really, really, really kind of grinded through some tough years have that type of success.
I remember when Monta Ellis was the man on that team.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm just saying, we can go back,
Monta,
man.
Baron
but-
Davis.
The bucket.
Yeah, man. But you also got to give credit to Steve Kerr a little bit, because under Mark Jackson, I just don't know if we get the same exact Steph Curry that we have today.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr kind of allowed, the free flow of play, the positionless basketball, and the style of basketball that people at that time said they couldn't win with. And then, they proved everybody wrong and changed the NBA forever. So
And I kind of want up that. I'll give a little credit to Mark Jackson and a lot to Steve Kerr.
Okay, yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah. More money being thrown around, I should say, in California.
Yeah.
49ers wide receiver Brandon Ayuk, he got paid.
Finally.
I'm surprised it happened before Trent Williams, but he did get his extension. 4 years, 120 mil.
Yeah.
30 mil a year. He got his bag. I think that's less than what the Patriots were going to give him. So, hey, play hard to get Brandon Ayuk. It didn't work out in your favor, but that's a bag. He got it. He's one of the better receivers in the league. That's one of the Lions' biggest competition. How do you guys feel about this contract extension and the 49ers hanging on to one of their best players for 5 more years?
It's been so much noise kind of surrounding a lot of our NFC division teams or NFC rival teams. And 49ers, they're still not done. There's still some more noise as it relates to certain players who want to get paid as well. And I do wonder, how does this affect the locker room? Not that holding out would affect things per se, but the way that the Brandon Ayuk saga went, that's where I start to wonder and question, like, yo, did his teammates, were they like at certain points during this thing, like, all right, skip him. He's out of here. Because there were points in time where it was like breaking news. They're close to trading this guy. And you hear all of the comments on socials and such. And so, and this is me also speaking from a place as a Detroit Lions fan, hoping that there's some splinter in that 49ers locker room or somewhere, man, because I want every single advantage we can get. And that's the question that instantly comes to my mind with the Brandon Ayuk situation.
Yeah, KG?
I think it's a rite of passage for San Francisco wide receivers to ask out. Because, I mean, we saw the same thing with Deebo Samuel. He wanted out. He wanted to be traded. Now Brandon Ayuk, he made all that fuss. Ends up going back, which after a while kind of figured what happened because you don't turn down 3 or 4 teams and, not re-sign with your team. So, I mean, it's good for him. He deserves his money. Do I think he's a number 1 receiver in this league? No, not really, not yet anyway. But, I mean, for what he is, he deserves his money. So,
yeah, JB, Mikael Dunlap in the chat. Ayuk did all the waiting just to get what he was going to get regardless. Denver Blair also says, bye-bye Brock Purdy. San Francisco will be drafting another QB. There's a chain reaction of what this means, and they got a lot of players to pay. They got expensive guys to pay over the next couple of years. What are your thoughts on this? It might affect them in other ways.
It's definitely going to affect them. And honestly, I don't think I'm convinced that the 49ers actually keep him through the rest of the season. I think maybe during the trade deadline they kind of try to throw that out there or fish him out there for somewhere else as well too, just to kind of get rid of some of their money that they're trying to spend on him as it is, because I think they see something in Brock Purdy and they want to sign him long term. But as you said, they have a lot of guys on this roster who want some bigger paychecks as well too. So that is going to be really tough. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, he was probably more hurt than anything. I think he was hurt at the fact that he found out that they were trying to trade him under his nose. Yeah. And you saw the Instagram post from his girlfriend and all that jazz, and he ends up staying for, like he said, the same amount of money he would have got. So.
Right.
That's why I'm wondering, you think about it, they're trying to trade, and all of a sudden he's trying to ask out. I just wonder what's going on in that locker room. But that is a veteran team. You know what I mean? It's a veteran-led team with high expectations.
Yeah.
And they're going to be able to start the season off probably with a bang. So, who knows, man?
Yeah, they got a great head coach, too.
Yeah.
A head coach that is trying to get over the hump, but no one's questioning Kyle Shanahan as one of the top coaches in the NFL, both his mind and his ability to put this team together with John Lynch. But I put clickbait in our show sheet. I'm going to save the Tigers trivia till the Tigers segment. I put some clickbait in our show sheet because I know there are reasons why we're not talking about it, but I still think it's worth bringing up again because he's our guy. Dan Campbell, not getting enough love for Coach of the Year. There's your clickbait. Dan Campbell should be the NFL's Coach of the Year. Again, there are more things. There's a storyline that plays into it. But we heard Brad Holmes and Ray Agnew yesterday talk about this team, talk about training camp, talk about expectations going into the season. And he spent a couple minutes talking about Dan Campbell. And we've heard how close those two are, how their relationship is so tight, how they're in sync with like everything they do. But some things that Brad Holmes and Ray Agnew were saying, to me, it just doubled down on how important Dan Campbell is to this team. Let me just start before we get into it with this short clip. It's about 30 seconds. Brad Holmes just talking about Dan Campbell just being able to get the team ready, just the uniqueness of him during training camp, getting these guys ready for the season.
30 seconds of sickness.
Get down with this.
I thought Dan did a phenomenal job preparing the team and managing this camp. I'm always in awe with him in terms of how he can put players in position to grow and develop all while getting the team ready to go. And even when you say that word, getting them ready, it's a ton of work that goes into getting the team ready. So really, Dan and all the coaches, I just thought that they did a great job.
So there's nothing mind-blowing in that clip. I wanted to keep it short because there's nothing outrageous. But to me, you could hear in Brad Holmes' voice just how important Dan Campbell is. And when you talk about nowadays, too, getting a team ready for training camp, all the new rules, how it extends. I mean, this is training camp, but extends into spring, the OTAs, all the mini camps. With the dynamic of players and contracts and divas and not divas, like to get a team truly ready and to buy in for what Dan Campbell wants to do, hard hitting early in camp, so they're ready late in the season, all the things that are unique to Dan Campbell and what he brings to the table. There was just something about that. That was right at the beginning, and he said thank you to everybody, but there was something about that just hit me again. It was like, all right, Dan Campbell even has this training camp down to a science, and everyone is bought in. That's what you need with the Super Bowl winner, a Super Bowl contender, Kool-Aid.
And it's not just that what made them a Super Bowl contender is not just how the people that were already here bought in, but how that message was almost put up into the air like a freaking bat signal to the point that we had fun doing draft coverage, hearing players clamoring to be Detroit Lions, using all of the different keywords. We heard free agents that were out there like, you know what, I'm here because I know where this team can go. I'm here because of the types of coaches that they have here. And their reputation around this league, man. And with Dan Campbell, I'm going to say this. I believe that Dan Campbell should have been coach of the year last year. And I believe that the way that the playoffs played out, and I know that that doesn't have a factor on who's coach of the year, I believe that it proved it, though. I do. And when you look at everything that this Detroit Lions team proved, I thought it would have been the perfect kind of cap for where this team has come from. You're talking about 3 wins, bro, to winning the division and being within 20 minutes, bro. And I could feel the pain in Lomas Brown's. I could feel the pain in Lomas Brown's voice when he was talking about it. 20 minutes away. They got that bad taste in their mouth. And I know this year is going to be that fuel. That fuel, man. That, you know what? No controlled octane. Just straight up burn everything. That's where I'm at with the Lions, man.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell.
Yeah, KG. To me, I don't think it's going to be easy for Dan Campbell to win Coach of the Year because I think you need a more of a story behind it of like overachieving your expectations or at least what national media thinks or the NFL thinks. Like it's probably going to be a team that goes from worst to first or like a Kevin Stefanski last year. But to me, KG, what gets overlooked, Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, they came back. Because of Dan Campbell. Yeah. This team with Super Bowl expectations is Dan Campbell. Terrell Williams came. Deshae Townsend came. Those things are all why Dan Campbell, as Super Bowl contenders, should still be in consideration for Coach of the Year. Yeah. He's a smart offensive guy. He's a very smart offensive mind. But he knows as a head coach, he's got to put his priorities elsewhere. So he's over here like, all right, Ben Johnson, you go take care of Sean McVay. You go take care of Kyle Shanahan. Aaron Glenn, you go take care of that. Like, he's so savvy enough to put the smart people around him to take care of the things that he just can't control right now. He's working on building this culture, building this team. Yep. But things he does, man, this team is Dan Campbell.
No, for sure. And I don't expect the national spotlight to necessarily get that because we see everything that Dan Campbell has done, even down to the people that he got rid of, like Anthony Lynn, who was a friend and an established coach in this league. He ended up getting rid of him for Ben Johnson. Aubrey Pleasant firing, and then a hometown favorite in Dre Bly getting fired. Now bringing in Terrell Williams and Deshae Townsend. So, I mean, Dan Campbell knows how to make the hard decisions at the right times, and he's always come out on the other side of it. But, I mean, last year would have been his best chance. I mean, last year, I think the reason he didn't get it last year is because they did have expectations to take a jump in wins, to win the division. Of course, they won more than one playoff game, and that was great. But overall, I think, the NFL have just missed the boat on Dan Campbell. I don't know, even if he's successful, that they'll round back and give it to him. But that doesn't matter. We know the type of coach we have. Yeah. And Dan Campbell has improved every single year. It's all good, man. We're going to be okay. We know Dan Campbell is one of the top coaches in the league. And, we know what we got.
Yeah, and I think you said it best there, too, that the national media, they're not truly keyed in as we are. And that's why Woodward Sports exists.
We here.
It's our job to be that megaphone that goes out there and shouts it everywhere it can be heard. Because to me, I'm sorry, bro, who was the only contender to not lose any back-to-back games last year? That was our Detroit Lions. Yep. Like, how do you coach that up from a mental perspective? That's having your guys ready. And in the games, as you analyze down the stretch that they did lose, bro, you can start to actually poke holes in that too. The Cowboys game, the injuries that they were battling on the short week against the Packers. Man, and I get it. I believe if he win one of those games, it's probably a slam dunk for Dan Campbell with Coach of the Year for the national media because they're not understanding what he was doing. Think about who was playing in the second half, man. In the freaking secondary. We're talking about Jerry Jacobs and Kendall Vildor. And they were raking in the second half. Yeah, I don't think that people are actually, when you talk about Dan Campbell Coach of the Year, zooming in on what they were actually relying on Jameson Williams second half of the season. A lot of people said that he's not anything. A bunch of rookies. Trusting rookies, bro. How do these rookies go from where they are to either all-pro or borderline all-pro?
Yeah.
Dan Campbell. It's whatever these guys, whatever their culture is. Like bringing a guy in like Terrell Williams, what makes them say, you know what, that's the place I want to be?
It's
Like,
Dan Campbell.
It's Dan Campbell.
It's Dan Campbell. You brought up a good point. I always use it, when Easy and I go back and forth on Jared Goff and our little pizza bet of Jared Goff getting one top 5 MVP vote. I always said, all right, if they won that Dallas Cowboys game, we're talking about 14-3, first seed in the NFC. Like
it looks so
that
much
would get him a
different.
vote. I'm sure of it.
Absolutely.
But Dan Campbell, if you're talking about the Lions in year 3 being the number 1 seed in the NFC, if Brad Allen doesn't screw that up,
Right.
Like we're talking about him being coach of the year.
Probably.
And yes, part of that problem, and I think part of what at least maybe voters, national media probably factors against him is that aggressive mentality, going for it on 4th down. Yeah, you shouldn't have gone for 2 on the 7.5-yard line. Like that was a little bit emotional, but he has his team totally bought into his strategy of being aggressive, be that controlled fury. And Brad Holmes talked about it yesterday in this press conference. Said they haven't had that specific conversation, but they're in lockstep of how they want to approach this game and, JB, stay ahead of the bar. Be innovative. Do those new things. Listen to this short clip, about 40 seconds long, 47 seconds of Brad Holmes talking about this.
We're very much in alignment that we are, if you want to call it, aggressively smart, or you probably have heard Dan say in the past, controlled aggression or calculated aggression. Whether that's him coaching the team. That's how we build the roster. I think that we do it in an aggressive way, but it's calculated, and so we're not just kind of just taking shots just to take shots. I do think that. In this league, I've always said if you're current, you're behind, and so if you don't have a sense of aggressiveness in some capacity, then you might be coming up short.
And that's why I know it's going to be difficult for Dan Campbell to win Coach of the Year, even if the Lions have a fantastic season. It's going to be difficult for him facing those odds, but. Everything that you hear about who Dan Campbell is, everything that we've learned about him is exactly why I believe he is that guy. This is a city that we know is going to get dismissed. We've seen the Lions get dismissed for so many years. You have to have an individual that can rise above that and that can motivate his guys to play, even if you face loss, even if you get hosed by the referees, even if you think, even if coming back from injury. You know what I mean? Dan Campbell has been a master motivator, somebody that we liked. And that I like personally, and Coach Caldwell, they said he was the leader of men. And I thought, though, that there were certain aspects of it that he didn't quite get right. And I believe that Dan Campbell is that coach that's kind of pulled everything together. He's gotten his coordinators right. He's gotten the positional coaches right. He's gotten the players to buy in by being as authentic as possible. Man, you see other players out there, former players, media people, when they see these clips of Dan Campbell on the HBO shows and all that type of stuff, they're like, yo, who wouldn't want to play for this guy? I'm watching them like, man, yeah, I'm ready, Dan. I'm ready. Put the pads on. Let's go. That's Dan Campbell, man. And that's why I'm saying, like, we get it. He might not win Coach of the Year, but he's not a guy that's looking over his shoulder for it either.
Yeah,
he's
doesn't
looking
care.
ahead for a Super Bowl, and that's all that's in his vision, bro. Marching down Woodward is all that matters to Dan Campbell.
All that matters. Roster construction, how they practice, how they play. His aggression, they game plan for that. Ben Johnson calls third down plays knowing they're going for it. We're talking about the best, one of the best, if not this year, the best offense in the NFL. You get 4 downs to stop them going 10 yards. Good luck. That's why Isaiah Williams was the 4th wide receiver, and they didn't decide to just, Brad Holmes talked about it, just give a roster spot away to a 5th wide receiver because they have a big body. No. They want the best guys on the field. Whether they're an undrafted free agent rookie or whether they're Allen Robinson, who's been in the league for 10 years, making $100 million. It doesn't matter. Isaiah Williams gives them the best chance to get a first down. We all know Jared Goff can throw it within 10 yards. No one can slander that. That's why Isaiah Williams is on. Also, go watch this whole press conference because it's really good. Brad Holmes and Ray Agnew Executive Vice President and General Manager Brad Holmes, Assistant General Manager Ray Agnew. One thing we're not talking about today, he had a really great comment about Isaiah Williams as someone they were really, really close to drafting. They wanted during the draft. So they look at this as like stealing a draft pick. They only had X amount, but they got another draft pick when they were able to sign Isaiah Williams for $240K. As a UDFA, he's now their number 4 wide receiver and is going to contribute. That's right, a UDFA going to contribute to a Super Bowl contender. It's not normal. He's one of 3. That's not normal. That's not normal. For them to get there, though, J-Mo's about to have a breakout season, and that's what we're going to talk about next. That's what we're going to talk about next.
Hold on, bro. You see the shirt. I dressed appropriate, man. The flash symbol. Let's rock. Jameson Williams is about to have an epic year.
He's an animal looking for some food. Where does he get that food, Kool-Aid?
Hey, you know what?
Animal.
He gets his food from the best place to get it in the state of Michigan, that is Premier Pet Supplies, hands down. Pure Michigan's best pet store. They offer the same prices and all the conveniences of the online and the big box retailers with one major difference. They've been family and locally owned for over 30 plus years. They carry over 60 brands of food, and they have nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside, and home delivery. Premier Pet Supply, give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
What happens when you're in a great business for over 50 years? You expand, you offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did when they added Les Stanford Buick GMC. They still offer the same great service that their customers have come to know and trust. So go check them out on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile Road. You can always check Les Stanford out in Dearborn today or at lesstanford.com. That's right, Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Let's drive right down Woodward Avenue.
There we go.
Where Dan Campbell will be marching that Super Bowl trophy. Whew,
and J-Mo's going to be running right alongside the car, pushing the speed limits, that horsepower.
For some reason, I'm looking at Steve-O Baby in the chat. Shout out to you, chat family. As always, you guys are the most important part of this thing. Go on ahead and smash that like button. He either has an issue with one or both of these things. Dan Campbell as a good coach or a potential coach of the year candidate, or
no, Steve-O,
or us talking about Jameson Williams.
Why?
I don't. Steve-O, baby,
but
explain
why?
yourself.
Steve-O, but why?
And while you're explaining yourself, while you're thinking of that, go on ahead as well. Satisfy that like button, you guys.
Here's the thing. Oh.
Hey, hold on, brother. We gonna get to you in 1 second, my dude. But it's Friday, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. Time to get that phone pregnant, you know. Go ahead and tap that thing real nice, real slow.
Satisfaction.
You leaving like Steve-O, baby.
Let's rock, man. Look, man, we got the flash shirt on. We talking JMO. Let's rock.
Here's the thing, and maybe this is where Steve-O Baby's coming from. I don't have the context of what's going on in the chat at the moment, but when I was putting this together, I was like, man, we kind of talked about JMO a lot over the last couple of weeks, deservingly so, but I couldn't not when this press conference came out and how Brad Holmes and Ray Agnew were talking about him. Like, we had to have this reset before the season because he has come so far in these last 2 years. And that's their focus. We see a completely different man than the boy we saw get drafted.
Yeah.
And he is a critical, if not one of the most important pieces to this Super Bowl team. Real quick before we get into the conversation, here's a 30-second clip on Brad Holmes talking about those first 2 years as what he says might be a blessing in disguise.
It happens in life often is that you think you're encountering a setback and it ends up being a blessing in disguise a little bit. And those 2 years, he showed tremendous growth. As a person and a player. And so I see it as it's been a good thing because now he's out there and you can clearly see the maturation in his game, and it's been a joy to see this year.
Do you hear that voice inflection in Brad Holmes' tone? Like, do you hear how he talks about it? Yeah. It's not a, man, I hope these last 2 years, like, pay off in the end. Mm-hmm. It's, hey, guys, like, I think these two are a blessing in disguise. I mean, he said it in Brad Holmes' voice, but he's like, this could be a blessing in disguise. He had some things he needed to work out injury-wise, maturity, whatever it is. He's taken that and run with it, pun intended.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, man. And it's everything that we asked for. We said that there's no distractions, there's no injuries, there's no suspensions, there's no any of that.
Nothing.
And you've gotten already a taste of the NFL. One thing that Cade Cunningham said, and it's interesting because when Cade got drafted, they were pretty close. They went on like a little photo tour. They supported each other.
Cade and J-Mo?
Yep, Cade and J-Mo at each other's games. And one of the things Cade said after his rookie year is, I worked out so hard preparing for my first NBA season, but now I realize how much it was wrong and what I actually have to do now that I've actually gotten this time. So J-Mo, even up until this point, now he's getting this taste of the NFL. Now he's been put in big moments. Now he understands exactly what he needs to be for this team. Because there are times last year where J-Mo could have been everything for this offense. Especially when you talk about the type of attention that we know this year Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown are going to receive. Everything is wide open. Everything is wide open for Jameson Williams.
Yeah, it's one of those things, and we've talked about before how valuable he is just being on the field. Mm-hmm. He's still, maybe I'll pause a little bit on this, but he still doesn't need to catch a ball to impact the game.
Yeah.
But now the fact that he has the trust
I love you,
of Dan Campbell, what? He does it. He truly does not.
I love how much you value the intangibles. Because that's something that I love it too. I love it as well. And I know that for certain people who value stats and analytics and certain other aspects of contributions, that can fly under the radar. But what Jameson Williams did, you can't tell me that all the expectation we have this year is without the foundation that he previously set those other 2 years. So even though we were still waiting to see this J-Mo and get the flashes we got towards the end of last season, Dan Campbell has been consistent with saying, no, he's working on things. And then it was Dan who would step to the podium and highlight the fact that we see him out there blocking, we see him out there doing this and doing that, running full speed, wanting to be involved, wanting to learn, working with Teddy Bridgewater, right? These are the reports that we heard, that he's staying at least engaged. So it's like, I appreciate that you do call out and value and highlight those intangibles.
Yeah, no block, no rock, right?
Damn right.
No block, no rock.
Damn
That's
right.
something Ben Johnson instituted from the start. Dan Campbell did too, obviously, as the head coach. J-Mo took that in stride. That's not always a given when you're drafting a player in the first round, when you're drafting a superstar, whether he got hurt in the national championship game or not. But he's bought into that. Now he's bought into everything else it takes to be a professional. It takes to be a star wide receiver, which is what we expect them to be this year, because he's not just going to be out there running around, not catching balls, not getting touches. He's going to be around making life so much easier for Amon-Ra St. Brown and Laporta and Gibbs and everybody on that offense, because he's also out there catching first downs, catching touchdowns, end arounds, whatever they want to do with him. One of the most versatile, unique weapons in the NFL. Before we get to this last part of the conversation on J-Mo, this one's a slightly longer clip, just over a minute. And I want to pick my words carefully because J-Mo was never a bad kid, was never a bad dude. I don't believe he ever got into trouble. So I don't want to put him in any bit of the Isaiah Buggs box or the locker room needs an a-hole to like make it work or to like, really take the next step. But in this next clip you hear Brad Holmes talk, I think what I took from this is JMO coming out of Alabama is like the extent of how far they're going to push the limits with, not character issues, but like whatever it is. Maybe he's into chains or he likes to eat fast food. His diet's crappy or whatever it is. They're willing to go that far for him. They're willing to. JMO will fit our culture as long as he does the work. They're not worried about the other stuff because he loves football. They'll figure it all out because he loves football, and that will drive him to success. JB, could you play this next clip and really listen into the growth and maturation process as a human when Brad Holmes was asked about Jameson Williams?
And we do a lot of, research and background on all these players that we acquire. And, we had a good sense of who JMO was as a person, but we definitely felt comfortable that he was going to be a fit for us. And he's shown the growth. So when we drafted him, we said, he's going to need to grow up a little bit, and he did. You could clearly tell he's put the work in, and he's been working even harder, and it means something to him. I mean, this kid loves football. I mean, he loves football, and I think it's very evident in the results that you saw this training camp that the work that he's put in, just like Ray was saying, the route running, everything, just him working with L, working with golf, just doing all those things in the off season and preparation. And he's got some good guys in that room. Obviously, you have an elite player like St. Brown, and forget the performance, but how his intangibles are, and Khalif Raymond. He's got really good guys to look upon and follow. But he's seen how they work, and but you can see the results that's shown in camp.
Hey, you want to know how they evaluate their players?
Did I just hear the I word?
Yep, the intangibles.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah, he's in a room.
Voters besides himself
with the ultimate professionals. Did Brad Holmes talk about Amon-Ra St. Brown's production on the field, which has been elite, which has been all pro in 3 years? No, he talked about what Amon-Ra can feed off to JMO, what Khalif Raymond can feed off to JMO, Ben Johnson, Jared Goff. That's all part of this. You can take chances on guys.
Oh, watch out.
You can take chances on guys with torn ACLs.
JMO is sick.
And maybe a little bit of maturity needs because of the room you built. Because they've gone out and we call them Dan Campbell guys, but they're guys that love football. So at the end of the day, they're not going to get distracted with the other stuff. It's all about football, Kool-Aid.
And you know what that allows them to do? Brad Holmes, way to continue to call your shot and knock it out the park. When you hear him talk about intangibles and that their evaluation process is different, and that they value highly that interview and getting to know that individual far more than what the stats and the measurables and this or the injury history might say. And you know what that does? To kind of piggyback on the foundation that Broder laid here with the room that they've built, it allows them to then take an investment shot with a guy like Jameson Williams, because they said already, you heard Brad Holmes say, we believed in him from day one. So even though I know there's a lot of people that might be jumping on the bandwagon right now, there might be a lot of people who are a lot more confident right now. Even if you're a fan from day one, you can't tell me that you're as confident as you were or today as back then. So it's like, you know what? Man, Brad Holmes called that shot. And that's why I like really kind of how cool, calm, and collected he is. He's not talking like somebody who has something to prove. He's talking like somebody who knows, hey, I do work.
There, he does have a quote. JB, I don't know if you have it, so I'm gonna tease this. Maybe we'll come back to it. But
I got it. Trust me, I got it.
Oh, you got it?
JV, stay strapped.
You're right. Brad Holmes, he doesn't mince words. He speaks from the heart. And when I think it was Dave Burkett asked, I'll check when I hear. I'll give proper credit after. Was asked, what are the expectations this season? You know what Brad Holmes said? You know what he's not afraid to say?
Oh, I know what he said.
I'll let him say it.
Can you share your expectations for the season, just after everything you guys have accomplished, where you're at right now? What are your expectations?
For this season, win the Super Bowl.
What?
No fear.
Play that again, Brad.
One more time.
Any hesitation?
DJ, play that shit.
For this season, win the Super Bowl.
You see how Ray Agnew smiled?
Yeah,
hold on, bro.
You see how Ray smiled?
I see people sometimes when we talk about this, they go, oh, slow down there. They're saying this. They are saying this. They are confident in what they've built.
Immediately. No hesitation.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what are your expectations? This season? Oh, Super Bowl.
You see the look of seriousness on his face, too.
On his face? And then Agnew, man.
The
We
smile.
all know, like, because we're a crew. We all know that smile.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I saw that reel blowing up yesterday that you made, I was just like, Agnew, like, like, it's like
Agnew.
you know exactly what it is.
My homie cooking.
My homie cooking, bro.
That's fun.
That's
it's
so
fun
fire,
having
dog.
leadership in place. Not only a good team, a good organization, but you got leadership in place like that. It's like we aren't scared of anything. We're the villains. We were the villains. We are the villains. Whatever we are this year. What's their catchphrase? There's still more work to do. It ain't over. This team is hungry.
People are talking about
Job's not done.
You know what? People are talking about well, you're the hunted now. Bro, they were molded in this. Dan Campbell said this last year.
Okay,
we're
Bane.
already the hunted, but you don't got to go far to find us. We're right on your front porch. Open the door. We've been knocking. And if you don't open, I do believe that this is the team that will kick in your door, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up. When you see Brad Holmes and how serious he just put for this year, Super Bowl, and it makes me think like, yo, where did his mind go? Because I'm probably sure he's probably like multiple years, multiple Super Bowls. This year, Super Bowl. No hesitation. I don't even know if he blinked.
Nope.
That guy's a robot machine, man.
Kool-Aid, it's tough to beat a worm in the dirt. When you're built, when your foundation is built in the mud, in the dirt, in the scrap, and you get to where you are now, you don't lose that identity. In fact, you know what they did? They paid those worms. They paid that identity in Penei Sewell, St. Brown, and Jared Goff. That's what they're doing. It's tough to beat a worm in the dirt. I'm ready for this Super Bowl run. You know what else? This is a championship run they're going on. There was another one back in 1984. The last time the Tigers won a World Series.
Ooh.
1984. It's the 40th anniversary this year. It happened in October 14th, 1984. We got to show them some love.
Stay tapped in.
Tigers had a tough loss last night.
But you know what?
It's going to be a hell of a weekend.
I can't wait for this segment. I know you're excited about this, and I know this is something that's near and dear to your heart. That's why I absolutely love the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tournament, the outings, tour. Because you got to interview some legends, man. Legends leading up to this. So I'm looking forward to it. People, stay tapped in. We got some baseball knowers on the show, and I can't wait to celebrate the 84 Tigers.
I don't think cannabis was legal in 1984, but it is now. And because it is, you can go to Dispo Dispensary. Because if you want $10 of free products at Dispo Dispensary, just screenshot this image right over there. Bring it into any Dispo location, and you will get a free $10 to spend in-store with a minimum purchase of $25. Dispo Dispensary, they are incredible partners, incredible sponsors of Woodward Sports. So go get all your weekend needs, your medication, your oils, your rubs, CBD, whatever you need. Head to Dispo Dispensary today or go to disposhops.com. That's Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around. Who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Hey, no matter where you are, guys, there is a Planet Fitness nearby. There's like 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. So go to Planet Fitness because they have a squeaky clean gym and it's a judgment-free zone. So no matter your fitness goals, whether you're trying to gain weight, curls for the girls or buys for the guys, there's no judgment. No judgment. They got cardio equipment, trainers, free trainers with your membership. And if you want to up the ante, get the Planet Fitness Black Card for like $10 more a month. You get access to every single Planet Fitness, free guest anytime you go, and you get the Hydro Massage Bed, which is one of my favorite things at Planet Fitness. If you're into tanning, they got tanning salons, massage chairs. Honestly, anything you can need in a gym, Planet Fitness has it. So for more information or to join today, check out your local Planet Fitness or go to www, that's World Wide Web, .planetfitness.com.
That's World Wide Web.
Taking it back to 1994 for you real quick, man.
Skirt.
Hey, let's ride. Let's
World
ride.
Wide Web.
Oh, my God. Welcome back, people. It is Wake Up Woodward, and we appreciate you guys for choosing to kick off today with the crew. Go ahead and smash that like button. Shout out to that dude, Justin. Love and miss you, brother. Shout out to Flannel Sam, who will be on Big D Energy. You guys better stay tapped in with all the shows on Woodward Sports. But we're honoring a special team today, as you see. Broder here decked out in the Tigers gear. And that jersey, it's not just any Tigers jersey.
Greg,
what year does that represent, one Matthew Broder?
1984 World Series. This is Dave Bergman.
Let's go.
First baseman. He was acquired. I don't know if he was a throw-in, but after the 1983 season, the Tigers went out and traded for a Phillies relief pitcher, Willie Hernandez, and Dave Bergman, who was the backup first baseman at the time. Willie Hernandez, 84 season, ended up 32 saves and 33 chances. Closer, was one of the best pitchers in baseball, and you know what? He was named AL Cy Young and AL MVP for the 84 season. One of the most historic trades of all time that doesn't get enough love. But Dave Bergman, he was my coach in high school. I played for the Grosse Pointe Redbirds during the summer, and he started the Redbirds organization. He gave me the confidence to throw a two-seam fastball.
Nice.
Now, that might not seem like much to you guys, but that changed everything for me. I had already committed to Michigan, but I didn't throw very hard, so I needed to develop some other things to be able to get guys out, to be able to get ground balls, which I was good at in high school, but once you get Big Ten hitters and really good hitters at the college level, you need more. He taught me a two-seam fastball. We stayed in touch till he passed away, I think, in 2014. Rest in peace, Dave. Huge impact on my life and a huge impact on this Tigers team. Had one of the most important home runs of the season. It was against the Blue Jays, I think June 4th. He had a 3-run walk-off home run at Tiger Stadium. One of the moments of that season. But this 1984 team, let's talk about him. Because I knew about him, but over the last couple days, last couple weeks, I've been doing a little bit more research. Oh, look at that. And
bless you, boys.
I'm going to be honest. I don't mean to get ahead of myself, but I see parallels beginning with this current Tigers team. Okay. I'm not saying this Tigers team is the 1984 World Series champions, but how they're being built. There's a legendary historian. His name's Bill James. He worked for the Red Sox. He said, I don't have the exact quote, but he said the stretch from 1974 to 78, I think it's those 5 years, were the Tigers had maybe the best stretch of MLB draft years in MLB history. We're talking about Lance Parrish being drafted in 74, Lou Whitaker in 75, Alan Trammell, Dan Petrie, and Jack Morris in 1976.
That's good.
Those are 5 guys that were part of this core, part of this World Series winning team, and that's where I'm connecting the dots of a homegrown Tigers team making it to the World Series. They weren't the favorites that year. The Orioles were, but Sparky Anderson, who had come over from winning 2 World Series with the Reds, he was with this team. He knew he had something. Adding Willie Hernandez, Dave Bergman, adding fresh off a 30-homer All-Star season, veteran Darrell Evans, who brought more leadership and brought more pop to that lineup. Sparky Anderson put together a team that ended up dominating the regular season. They started 35-5.
Crazy.
They finished, and I know I'm jumping ahead, they finished their first AL, it was, the AL Championship Series against the Royals. The Tigers were 104-58 on the season, which was their best winning percentage in franchise history since the 68 World Series winners. The Royals were 84-78, 20-game difference. The largest, JB, you're a stud.
Wild.
The largest
JB's
difference
cooking
up to that point. So we got more to talk about, but Kool-Aid,
Yes, sir.
JB, KG, Chase, like, I don't even know what question I'm going to ask. Does that get you excited about the future of this team? Like, can you imagine what it would have been like with Tram, Sweet Lou up the middle, setting double play records? You know what, Chase? I'll let you share that stat you told me before the show about Gold Glovers, Silver Sluggers. This team was special. I see something brewing in Detroit. I'm not going to say they're there yet because they're not, but Kool-Aid, I see something brewing.
Yeah, definitely see something brewing here. And it's cool because as our show started, we said we're going to cover the Detroit Tigers. Obviously, you're credentialed, and so we decided let's take a closer look at this team and let's make sure we follow this thing, all of the roller coasters, as you told us. And the moves that they made at the trade deadline, that to me is what – and the winning that we see after, how this team has responded, how A.J. Hinch has managed things, the fact that at least with the moves that we see Harris making, they are panning out. Those things make me definitely excited for the future of this team. And when you talk about the 84 team, well, we talked to them. What are they saying about this current team? What is Gibby saying? What is Tram saying? These guys are saying that they see the foundation. Though that's what we heard directly from them on these Woodward Sports airways. And Chad Flemmy, if you guys have been tapped in, you guys know that you heard it too. So it's not just Broder kind of making a statement and people say, oh my gosh, so are you comparing this squad to the Holy Grail Tigers? Not necessarily. It's just about the intent in which this team is being built, the parts of the identity, the flashes that you're able to see. You can see exactly how this current team can start to carve out their own journey too. But it's always going to start with the foundation of winning, and that's this 84 team. So I'm glad that you took the time to say, you know what, let's make sure we honor them, especially since they took the time to honor us on our own shows.
Definitely. While we're talking about the homegrown talent, you brought up Gibby. We're talking Chet Lemon in center field. There was a fantastic article from Jeff Seidel in the Free Press on Chet Lemon, who's battling his own health issues. But those guys contribute on offense, on defense. Alan Trammell, Lou Whitaker, that double play combination up the middle was one of the best of all time. All time. And then Chase told me this stat that I hadn't even come up with of some of these defensive and offensive stats awards that were won that season. What's up, Chase?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I wasn't born in 1984 yet, but I was looking into the Tigers. I didn't realize quite how good this 84 Tigers team was. And there was 9 Gold Gloves that are awarded each year for the American League and the National League. The Tigers had 3 of the 9 Gold Gloves awarded in the American League that year. And of those those 3 winners, 2 of them also doubled down on the offensive side of the field and won Silver Sluggers for the 84 Tigers.
That's
amazing.
That's wild. That's just something you don't see even in these teams that are built these days with Soto and Judge, and the Dodgers with Ohtani and Betts. Like they might be the closest to come for that. But man, this team was special. Again, I said they weren't favorites going into the year. The Orioles were favorites. Remember the Mets? They had Darryl Strawberry, who was the #1 overall pick back in 1980. He was becoming MVP Darryl Strawberry. Dwight Gooden was a rookie that year after being drafted in 82. Rod Carew and Reggie Jackson, they led the Angels. We're talking big names. Padres, who they met in the World Series. Tony Gwynn, Michigan State's own Steve Garvey. And we got to interview him a couple weeks ago, Goose Gossage, who ended up giving up a big home run. I want to talk, boys, for the next 2-3 minutes just about that playoffs. Was there anything you guys wanted to add? It's okay if you don't.
No.
KG, JB, you want me to keep rolling?
It's almost like story time with Broder, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm grateful that you took the time to research this stuff and to be ready for a segment like this, because we say that we stand as a precipice to be able to be that megaphone for the city. And what better way than to celebrate our champions, man? Like,
we have
putting
to.
this stuff together. It was just like, yo, this is really awesome. And I can't wait. I cannot wait until we can see our team do this again, man.
Yeah. This is teams have to generate new identities. You have to play modern baseball. Things change, but you can't forget about the legacy of the teams that got you there. The players and coaches and everyone in that organization that built this foundation of the Detroit Tigers team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you're looking at their starting lineup, Lance Parrish at catcher, Dave Bergman, Lou Whitaker, Alan Trammell, they had Howard Johnson, Larry Herndon,
tough, bro.
Chet Lemon in center field, Kirk Gibson in right field, Darrell Evans as the DH. Then you're talking about a pitching rotation, Jack Morris, who went 19-11 that season with 9 complete games, 1 shutout. These are regular season stats. Dan Petrie, 18-8, 7 complete games and 2 shutouts. Yes. Milt Wilcox, his son was actually my old pitching coach, 17-8. Juan Behringer, Dave Roseman, they had great years. One of the coolest nicknames I discovered that I completely forgot about, relief pitcher Aurelio Lopez, who went 10-1 with a sub-3 ERA. His nickname was Senor Smoke.
That's dope.
I love it. Senor Smoke. He
Senor
filled in
Smoke.
for Willie Hernandez a couple games, closed him out. But then again, Willie, 9-3 on the season, 1.92 ERA, 32 saves, 33 chances. AL Cy Young, AL MVP. In that first series with the Royals, I'll blow through these real quick because we just got to relive these moments for a hot minute before we get into college football, because JB's going to lead a college football segment that I'm really excited for.
Pumped up.
But they got to face off with the Royals. They swept them 3-0. They were favored. They took care of business. But this was Alan Trammell's coming out party. In Game 1, Jack Morris dominated. But Alan Trammell broke out. He had 3 hits, 2 walks, and 3 RBIs in his playoff debut. Game 2 was won by a role player, Johnny Grubb, in the top of the 11th. Milt Wilcox went 8. Willie Hernandez closed it out. In that series, our guy Kirk Gibson, he was named ALCS MVP with 5 hits and 1 home run. But what I think everyone remembers, you guys all remember, right? You were alive. We were alive. I wasn't alive either. My parents were actually married on October 14th, 1984, the day they won the World Series.
Nice.
They had people leaving their wedding early to go watch watch the World Series.
Understandable.
But Jack Morris had a complete game in Game 1.
Oh, my God.
Tigers are go ahead 1-0 into Game 2. This is where the Padres, who had Tony Gwynn, Steve Garvey, Goose Gossage, they took Game 2. But then Game 3, back to Tiger Stadium with the series ties. Marty Castillo hit a 2-run homer in the second inning, and that's all the Tigers needed. Willie Hernandez ended up coming on in the 7th to take care of the Padres. And Chet Lemon, there's a great replay on YouTube right now. Chet Lemon made an incredible catch in center field to win that game. Then Game 4 and Game 5, the Stars took him home. Alan Trammell, 2 home runs, a 2-run homer in the first inning, a 2-run homer in the third inning. Jack Morris with his second complete game in the playoffs. Clutch.
Yeah.
Game 5, it was the Kirk Gibson show. The only player in AL that season with 20 home runs and 20 steals. He crushed a 2-run first inning home run. Kirk Gibson crushed a 2-run first inning home run. Gibson then later tags from third on a short fly ball to right field from Rusty Kuntz. He was aggressive.
Yep.
He was able to get that run, steal a run from them in a humongous game. And then with Goose Gossage in the 8th inning, this is one of the most historic moments in baseball. Gossage, his manager, Dick Williams, he calls for the intentional walk. Hey, Goose, they got runners on second and third base. Kirk Gibson, already a home run and a run scored in the game. Goose, walk and put him on first base. It's open. Goose goes, I ain't walking him.
Okay.
Dick Williams comes out. They have a little meeting.
All right.
He goes, no, I've had success on this guy in the past. He says something funny, and Dick Williams is like, all right. I think it's 2 pitches later. Kirk unloads. Unloads.
The rounded
3-run homer, 5 RBIs in that World Series clinching game.
He was on that energy.
Tigers win the World Series. Alan Trammell, MVP, hit .450 in the series with a double, 2 homers, and 6 RBIs. I went 5 minutes over, but, man, the 1984 champs
5 minutes
deserve
over.
it.
I'm taking 2 minutes, too, man. It's a Friday. This is my unofficial chin music, man. El Gato. Nobody cares about 40-year championships.
I do.
I care about it. You know why? It's because these people still care about us. These people are right here. They haven't left. Their foundations, their charities, their work in the cities and in the communities their ability to help people like us who are just trying to get a start and others as well. I'm going to make sure that we celebrate those types of people. It's the same reason why I give a drum roll to Rod Beard on a professional level, on a peer level within media. Same reason why we're going to make sure we celebrate people who put on our colors and made sure to represent us to a tune of a champion. And beyond that, also made sure to make impacts in the community, especially Gibby's Foundation, man. Like, personally, as you know my story, like, I appreciate what he's doing right now.
There's legacy that needs to be remembered, and I care. And about 78 new people who joined in the last 20 minutes, they care too, Mr. Elgato.
Damn right.
Legacy has to be remembered, even if you rebrand, even if it's a new era. Like, I want to tell the story. My high school, screw it. One of the coolest things about growing up, loving baseball, playing for the high school that I did, we had a legendary coach there who was a student manager. Or no, he went to my high school in 1942, took a couple years off to be a playing manager at Amherst College, and then came back in 1949 and was the coach at my high school from 1949 to I think it was 2004, 2007.
Sheesh.
I should know this. But
Long
we're talking
time.
more than like 40, 50 years. There's been a new era. There's been turnover with the coaching staff. He has passed away. He passed away in early 2000s. But I keep getting these alumni emails talking about the legacy of our baseball team. Not one mention of this man. That hurts me.
Wow.
That hurts me. That hurts. You have to remember those. You have to keep that legacy alive. Like, honestly, man, I'm getting like a little bit emotional. That man deserves to be recognized in every single thing that comes out of that baseball team. We got to remember the 1984 Tigers champions. We have to.
You should. It was
Definitely.
the last freaking World Series we got.
Yeah.
That's
it.
Have to, man. Appreciate
Thanks
this
for letting me
segment,
do
man. Hey, it was fire, man. This was fire. Like I said, I already texted you, man. Like, I know we got to get a Lions segment up.
No, we
But
got college
definitely
football.
gonna have to do a Tigers one. I'm talking about up on the YouTube and everything.
Oh, facts.
Yeah, this segment got to go up there. This was a great job.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. It's a big weekend. So they're going to be celebrating all down at Comerica Park all weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I know they got if you're at the ballpark early tonight, the 1984 team will be there answering questions. I think there's like a panel. They got stuff going on literally all weekend. Tigers lost a tough one, 3-0 to the Angels last night. Got a 3-game series with the Red Sox. Casey Mize is back on the bump tonight. Scooble's on the bump tomorrow. This is a huge series. They're trying to catch the Red Sox. So there we go. 1984 World Series.
Hey, we got to cover the 20-year anniversary of the 04 Pistons and now the 84 anniversary of for the Tigers.
Good point.
And we got to talk to members of those teams.
I love that. And I hope 40 years from now, who's ever on this desk will be celebrating the 40-year anniversary of the Lions winning that Super Bowl.
Let's go.
You remember Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Back in my day.
Williams was so fast.
I'm fired up.
I'll remind you, the Lions have never won a Super Bowl. They've run a world championship. They have never won a
in the
Super
57,
Bowl.
I ain't going to be able to swing the bat.
67 years.
Yes. Okay, guys, we're coming back to talk college football. We're taking college football throughout the rest of the show. Watch the Tigers. We got Lions coverage coming up all season long, and it's going to be epic. I'm so glad to be a part of it because on game day, Terry Foster, the legendary Terry Foster, and myself, you get to wake up with us. It's Woodward and Maine. You're back. All the information on the Lions that week, the defending NFC North champions, with insight from Terry Foster. I'm going to be asking stories from the past, his experience covering this team. This dude has knowledge beyond belief. We are going to have some fun. You get an hour of us on game day and an hour of us the next day. We're going to have ourselves a blast. 8 to 9 a.m., Woodward and Maine on game day. Right after us, an epic lineup. Luckily, they don't have to talk about Michigan State or any Michigan slander on this show because they're going to be covering everything you can think of for the Lions. Injuries, fantasy, strategies, betting. JB's a part of that show. We got an epic lineup. They got a ton planned. That's Neil Rule and Sean Belegian on the pregame show, 10 a.m. to noon on Woodward Sports. They're doing it live from Second Best Bar in Detroit. And again, this is all sponsored by our friends at Sabbath Coffee Roasters and Tullamore Dew. Let's get it. Lions pregame show. Tap in every Sunday, every game day starting at 8 a.m.
Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
The Great American Chevy Week is back and bigger than ever at Feldman Chevrolet. Choose from the largest inventory of award-winning Chevys, all priced to move for the biggest week of the year. Get this 2024 Silverado for only $213 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $249 a month. Feldman takes the Great American Chevy Week to another level. Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
You dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, or other family law issues?
Hope not.
Well, Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham, they got your back. They got 10 plus years of experience and over 20. Excuse me. Let me start over. My hat is crooked. They got 10 plus years of experience and offer 24/7 availability to their clients. So scan the QR code on the screen or call 248-971-0476. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you, and KDK, they'll pay your filing fee. That's right, KDK Law, they've got your back.
Hey, that filing feel, huh?
That filing feel.
What up, though, people? Welcome back.
What's that Bill Burr quote? It's like, I'm sick and tired of seeing great men get chopped in half.
Yeah. Talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger's maid is still called the maid. He says there's an epidemic of certain type of woman that Kanye West sings about.
It is Wake Up Woodward.
Whores everywhere.
Oh, jeez. Whores everywhere. Hey, KDK Law, man. You guys already know they're going to always have your back. Woo. Especially Packers fans. You guys should keep them in your phone books. I'm just saying, though, they need to divorce themselves from these expectations.
Oh, right.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, Packers.
Nicely done.
That's right. But it's college football season. You see the helmet over there, the maize and blue. Hey, give it a tap real quick as we get into this segment. For JB.
Hey, that's a championship helmet right there.
For JB McCarthy in there.
It's a pet.
That is a championship helmet.
That is.
Take it away. In the booth.
Oh, Lord. You know what? You messed up. You gave me another segment on here, and you know I had to get some betting off for you guys as well, too. It's week 1 officially in college football. I know you're crazy, ready to spend some money on some bets and make some cash as well, too. But week 1 is all about taking the low-hanging fruit that's right in front of you. I know you want to sit here and bet on Clemson or LSU, but those games are just a little up and down. You don't want to just throw all your money on this and just take your favorite team as well, too, because we all know betting, you can't bet with the heart. So I'm going to give you a couple bets right now that I'm looking at that I'm also putting my money on. So you know what? If I lose money, or if you lose money, I lose money as well, too. It's the same way.
We all in this together, JB?
We are all in this together, kind of like High School Musical. Yeah. So,
soaring.
Oh Lord,
sorry.
Damn Disney Channel kids.
Oh Lord,
watch Cartoon Network, man.
When is he gonna sing the Satisfy Like song? Me and him it could be a duet.
You don't want me? No, I mean,
do it.
You have sung on air before.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out
like freestyle on air.
Yeah,
I've done a lot on air. I haven't taken my shirt off on air. That's
you have it.
One day we will.
Not yet.
We will. I can get low if we get some Luther Vandross.
Ebony and Ivory, man. Let's rock.
I love it.
Oh my God. Well, all right. So these are the bets that I'm eyeing as of right now. First up, Boise State against Georgia Southern. I am taking Boise State minus 12.5. Georgia Southern ended last season on a 5-game losing streak, and I expect that to continue on at the beginning of this season as well too. They do have a new quarterback, Georgia Southern, and Indiana transfer, but no matter what, Boise State's offense is just going to be too much for Georgia Southern, especially with their running back, Austin Gentry, I believe that's his last name as well too. He can easily take this game in his own hands and put this up 2 touchdowns at least. And you know what? Boise State really does need this win because week 2, they got to go play Oregon. So you want to get this win. And as KG has said it himself before, get your shit off while you can.
Get your shit off.
Always. So Boise State minus 12.5 against Georgia Southern. Next up, we got Kansas State against the Jayhawks of Kansas. You call this the Sunflower Showdown, but K-State has won this matchup 15 times in a row. So their offense is just going to be a nightmare for the Kansas City Jayhawks as well too. They got the dual threat quarterback in Avery Johnson. He is leading this offense and should be dominating this whole season all along. This is a complete mismatch for Kansas all the way around. Take the Wildcats while you can at minus 6.5.
Minus 6.5.
Minus 6.5. And finally, I will end it on Ohio State versus Akron. I know. No one
Akron. Akron.
Stop. No one wants to bet on Ohio State. And I'm going to tell you right now, you shouldn't even watch this game as it is because it's going to get ugly.
Yeah.
The Buckeyes haven't lost to a MAC team in their entire school history. And I'll take it even further. They haven't lost to an in-state opponent since 1921. And that's damn sure not going to happen on Saturday either, as there is a 50-point favorite for Ohio State.
50-point spread.
Yes, Akron is going to struggle in this game completely. Last year, they only had 2 wins, and this year, it ain't looking pretty either. So, with that being said, I don't see Ohio State going over 60 points in this game, just because during the second half, I think you're going to get some rest from a lot of starters. The backups will start rolling in and everything. This point total is extremely too high for me, so I'm taking the under at 58.
Under at 58?
Under at 58.
Akron to cover the spread, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Zip. This is like Neil talks about the zipper method all the time on Big D. Like, why don't people follow the zipper method? I think today's the day you can bet on the zips.
Yeah. Big fact.
Today might be a day you can bet on the zip, but you know what? I know we're all sickos and in-state sickos as well, too, so I had to give you some Michigan and Michigan State love as well, too. Fresno State makes the trip to Ann Arbor on Saturday, and the Bulldogs are looking to compete in the Mountain West, but opening up against Michigan, that is not an easy task. I'm going to tell you that right now. Michigan's defense will dominate in this game. The running game will be a breeze. And they're also trying to break in their new quarterback in Alex Orji as well, too. So there's going to be a little mistakes here and there. But I'm going to tell you right now, they don't want to put a lot on tape because, as you know, week 2, they got to go play Texas. So let's not give them too much to study. Fresno State will try and hang into this game, but the point total is pretty much where it should be at. So I see this game going Michigan 35-6, if anything, if Fresno State even decides to score. But I'm taking the under on this game. It's set at 45.5, which I think should be an easy sell. Like, you know, you're going to run the ball, you're going to see what you have in your new quarterback, and at the same time, he's going to make some mistakes and going to try to learn for those to get prepared for week 2. Michigan State takes on the Florida Atlantic
Owls. Laughing. He sounded all enthusiastic when he talking about Michigan State.
FAU money line, baby. Let's go.
Oh Lord,
let's go.
Why are you so excited now? Why you talking about Michigan State?
Oh, because you know I got to get up for the squad.
Michigan ain't gonna cover you. You take the under. Ain't gonna beat Fresno.
Hey,
come on.
FAU money line, baby.
No disrespect to Michigan. I'm just telling you right now to play smart. Play smart on this one as well, too. You can take the money line easy. These are easy money line wins for you. But I'm telling you right now, you're going to have to put a pretty penny on that money line to even make a profit. So, Michigan State versus the Florida Atlantic Owls. Jonathan Smith is making his debut at MSU. So, he's going to want to see what this offense and defense has. There are major holes on defense for Michigan State. As of last year, they were a 30.9 per game to opposing opponents getting scored on. Hopefully that can change this year, but I don't see a whole lot of improvement just fresh out the gate in this game. Aiden Childs has already put it on wax that, you know what, take the over. Over is set at 45.5. If you want to do that, you definitely can, because there will be some scores. They will be lighting up the scoreboard in this one. Let's just face it. The defense is not looking great this year at all. I still got my money on Michigan State. But if you don't feel confident in Michigan State at all, straight up with the money line or with the over, take the Owls with the points plus 14.5.
Owls over with the points plus 14.5.
Yep. Plus 14.5 with those Owls, especially if you don't feel confident in Michigan State as it is. But
Wait, who?
What?
Who?
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Dad jokes.
I see what you're doing.
It's also a New Day joke as well.
Yep, that is very well true. But like I said, if you don't feel confident in Michigan State to take the over or the money line, at least put your money on the Owls. At least cover the spread at 14.5. Always remember the rules of betting. Bet smart, not with your heart. Know your bankroll. Parlays are for suckers. And always remember, keep in mind when betting what you are willing to win and also what you are willing to lose at that same time. So, may the odds be in your favor.
So responsible.
Hey.
Look at that. Look out for the people, man. Listen, I'm going to show you how to make some money, but I'm also show you how to keep your money.
Seriously, that's important.
That's
Nothing
very
we
important.
say here, by the way, disclaimer, this is not financial advice.
This is not financial advice.
We're
Bet at
talking
your own
as
risk.
boys, just, hey, here's some things that I like, some bets that I like. And
Bet at
whatnot.
your
no,
own
Jimmy,
risk.
That was awesome. That was awesome. I got a whole new image of Boise State going into this season.
What do you think of the quarterback aura, man, from Michigan to Michigan State, JB?
I mean, it's Aiden Childs above everything. Michigan, like I said, you still have 3 different options that you could go with pretty much. I'm personally going to go with experience when it comes down to that end stretch with Jack Tuttle. But I don't see anything wrong with trying out Alex Orji to see what you got. I mean, right now the landscape is all about mobile quarterbacks, and he's definitely one of them. So I can't disrespect that.
Orgies in the end zone.
Everywhere.
Talk about
Yes.
it. Look
Too
at
much.
it.
Too much.
Look at it.
Look at it.
Come on, bro.
That's terrifying.
Come on, bro.
That's your quarterback?
I'm telling you, I think people are underestimating.
He better show out on Saturday.
Big
That's all I'm
orgies.
saying.
They
Show
might
out.
be. It's hard to almost prove otherwise because we haven't seen Orgy do anything yet.
Yeah.
But I think those who follow the Michigan football program know there's reason to be optimistic.
He's better than what y'all think, bro.
Oh, yeah. I cannot.
You better show out.
Can't say it
Football
will be
is back,
homers.
Hey,
Will be
nah,
homers.
fuck that. I'm a homer.
Go.
Talk about it, KG.
Don't be surprised if Alex Orji is better than y'all think. I'm just leave it at that.
I feel so optimistic. I'm telling you, like, for me, it was about what is Sharon Moore going to do to really support and surround the guys that were coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make that mantra true. Those who stay will be champions. Just make sure that you're working towards that. And that was my biggest question. Like, did I have any questions about what he could be as a coach on the field? Not necessarily. But in college football, it is, even more so than the pros, what you do to support these young, developing players who are still learning. Their bodies are still developing. They're still learning the game to play at a different level of physicality. And Sharon Moore, from the coaches that he brought in, we were wondering, can he do what Jim Harbaugh did? And can he keep those NFL connections? He did. You know what I mean? To the recruiting trail. He made sure that this team is not some, barren cupboard. It's not just some, hey, we'll give you a 9th and you guys will fade into oblivion, but at least we honored your national championship by putting you top 10. No. And I think this team, they play with a certain edge. I don't believe that they're just sitting around like, hey, we're fat, we got the national championship.
Fat and
They're
sassy.
they're still hungry, bro. They're
Yeah.
still hungry. Still hungry. Go Blue.
Go Blue. Go Blue. JB, do you have anything else? Otherwise, I want to ask about expectations for Michigan and Michigan State.
Nope, you're good.
JB, awesome job, by the way.
Good
Hell
job,
of a
bro.
job. I learned something there. I'm not a big bettor. I'm just going to enjoy it. But you start to look at the games a little differently. Like, all right, this is where
There you
everyone
go.
sees it. Like, if they don't cover the spread, what happened in that game? Like, what did they either not do or what did that other team do?
Yeah, it's awesome, man. That's what I was going through as well. As he was kind of just giving the different scenarios and spreads and such. It was like, yo, you really start to look at the game a different way than just maybe even some of the emotion.
Exactly.
Great job, JB.
I know. I don't think we've done it on this show. I've heard it on some other shows, but none that I've been on. So I just want to get your guys' expectations going into the season for Michigan and Michigan State. What does success look like, or what does failure look like? What are you expecting? JB, I'll kick it right back to you. Michigan State. What are you truly thinking about this team going into this season?
Offense, I'm mildly confident in. I really want to see what Aiden Childs has out there. especially with this offense. I watched the spring games as well too. He looked pretty dominant, but then again, you kind of see the struggles that he has as well too. I want to see what the pairing of the new school, and especially with the coaches that they have over there now, what it looks like. But I'm more concerned about the defense, especially the secondary as well too. You got all these new transfers coming over that are competing for spots at the same time. I'm just hoping that with all these new transfers, it kind of sparks a fire in all of them, just to let them know that, hey, your spot is not guaranteed. So you need to ball out in every aspect of the game, whether that's in-game, during practice, during workouts, whatever it is, film study. You need to be the master of this. So I'm more concerned about the defense than the offense, but for me, I'm looking like a little mild season. I know the schedule isn't great, but I'm at least hoping for at least 7 to 8 wins.
7 to 8 wins, yeah. Hey, I know we joke a lot about Michigan versus Michigan State, and they're not there yet, but it's true. There's something brewing in East Lansing.
There's something there.
It seems like they're finally doing it the right way.
You're right.
I didn't when you guys hired Tuck. I didn't really get the same sense that I did when you guys hired Mark.
Right.
And with this hiring, I kind of get more of the sense that I did when you guys hired Mark. It's a program builder, a serious sense about him. Can recruit, has a history of being able to coach up players as well, and so that's something that as a Michigan fan, as a rival. Trust me, and that's the only time I'm going to say it. I've taken notice, brother.
Clip it.
Kool-Aid's taking notice. Taking notice. KG, what's success look like for you for Michigan? What would be a successful season and what would be a failure?
Successful season, make the playoffs. In however it gets
you
done,
interpret it, whether it's record or playoff inclusion, whatever.
Now, I think it's 10-2, but 9-3 probably gets you a playoff spot in this new format. So I don't care how it looks. Get to the playoff. That is an automatic success for me, being Sharon Moore's first year, all the turnover, all the distraction from everything that we've gone through the past year or two. And but failure, anything less than 8 wins, I'm looking at him different. I'm looking at him funny. Like, what's going on here? And while I don't think, to quote the great Neil Rule, if we don't make the playoff, we're going to be Auburn all of a sudden. I don't think it's going to be that, but I will be looking at him different, man. I know it takes time to build a program, but I don't, everybody loves to say Ryan Day was born on third. You can kind of say the same for a Sharon Moore, man. He has a lot in the tank. Defense still should be the best in the country. You have an NFL defensive coordinator still. The offense has question marks, but I'm optimistic about that, and he is a wizard when it comes to the offensive side of the ball. Another year or two of recruiting, I feel like Michigan can be back as a very dominant powerhouse in the Big Ten. But as far as this year, I just need him to get to the playoff any way that it looks.
Hey, and I agree with that, man. Especially with the new format, you got to find a way to be in the mix, especially coming off this national championship and trying to stave off these narratives. People are trying to definitely take Michigan and the brand out back and put it to rest. And I believe as I look more and more at Sharon Moore, I think that he's one of those guys that has that DNA. And obviously, he's gonna prove it this year.
Yeah.
But he just has a different swag, a different way that he carries himself, man. A different way that he answers the questions on the podium. Like when I look at Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, it's like, okay, Sharon Moore, show me something this year.
Yeah.
Obviously, the stage is set for him, but
it's different when you the head of the show.
Yeah,
like he was good last year, in supplemental duty, but now you are running the show. Yeah, completely different.
It's almost like how we looked at the Lions through training camp, through preseason. Say, okay, you're hitting all of the marks, but you still got to prove it out there on the field. For Sharon Moore, up to this point, he has hit these marks, and if not, probably exceeded some. My question is this: Big Ten championship. How does that weigh into how you see the season being a success or not for Michigan? Because we know the old way, before there's a college football playoff, Big Ten championships mattered just as much as a national championship. How do you weigh a Big Ten championship with a college football playoff appearance, not even a national championship?
I separate them, and I separate them more this season than ever before.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm trying to learn how to separate them.
Paint the picture for me.
I almost think, there will be a non-Big Ten championship winning team from the Big Ten in the playoffs. So there's that. Part of the goal is winning the Big Ten championship. As a Michigan man, I'll say it, as a Michigan man, and what those Michigan athletes are thinking, separate from all that, successful season includes beating Ohio State, no matter what. No matter if Ohio State's the number 1 team in the country or the last team in the country. For the season, I view success as winning a college football playoff game. I expect to make it to the playoffs.
Okay.
And I think a failure of a season is not making the playoffs.
Okay. So not just making it, but winning it.
Winning a game is success. Okay. Expectation is getting to the playoff. They got to get there.
I got you.
They might get there with 3 losses, and we'll give our predictions here in a minute. I don't. They might. 2 losses, I think they're guaranteed in. Failure to me is not making the playoff. This team is too good. There are question marks, yes. There are plenty of question marks, mostly or all the way on the offensive end.
Yeah.
But that defense is disgusting. That defense is so good. They should 8, and you could say 9 wins should be guaranteed. They should be baked in.
Will Johnson is still here.
Will Johnson is still here.
One of the
Mason
best
Graham,
players
Kenneth
in all
Grant,
football.
Jyshawn Barham. Rod Moore's hurt. We still part of that team. They got dudes. That defense is nasty. Offense is where the question marks are. I think their offense is plenty good enough to win the 8 or 9 non-Ohio State, Texas, Oregon games. And I think we should get right into our predictions. And let me keep rolling with this because I don't see a scenario. I don't see a scenario where they lose 2 out of 3 of their 3 hardest games in the season. Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, I see them winning 2 of them.
2? Okay.
I have the Michigan Wolverines, JB. I do. I have the Michigan Wolverines going 11-1 this season.
Ooh.
They're beating Ohio State.
Ryan, 11-1.
Yeah, I said it.
So I wanted to do it schedule game style. Can we run through this?
Yeah, let's do that. So I'll stop this.
Yeah.
But hey, 11-1. Let's go.
That is
All right, Ermanni.
All
Get
right.
it to chest.
All right.
I'll explain when we go through the schedule.
All right. Michigan football schedule week 1. Fresno State at home. What say you?
Win. Dub.
All right. Week 2 at home against Texas.
Dub.
Loss.
Woo. Okay.
I don't believe they have their 2 starting running backs. Quinn Ewers is good.
Yeah.
But welcome to the big house, Texas.
All right. Arkansas State at home.
Dub.
All right. 3-0 so far. USC at home.
Dub.
All right. Minnesota at home.
Munching.
Dub.
Woo. Week 6 at Washington.
Dub.
All right. We have at Illinois.
Dub.
At home versus Michigan State.
Punt them to the moon. Punt them to the moon.
Dub.
You know that's a dub. Boy, stop playing.
How many points are they gonna give up?
Oregon at home.
L.
Hey, yeah.
Lost.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. And you already know why.
Tell them.
All right.
Punt Ohio State to another galaxy. Let's go, bro.
All right.
Oh, I see.
The week after that loss at Indiana.
Dub.
All right. We have a off week at home against Northwestern.
Dub.
All right. And at the shoe, Ohio State.
At the shoe at Ohio State.
Yes.
Ryan
Let's go.
Job
On the
Get him out of here.
Yes.
Get him out of here.
There's no way they're going to Ohio State after everything that's happened and losing that game. Yeah, Ohio State's the number 1 team in the country. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care.
I like that.
I've said it before. I argue this is going to be Ryan Day's most difficult coaching
Flex
job.
on him real quick.
Most difficult coaching job. What is it? $20 million they spent on 18 to 21-year-olds?
Yeah.
That is
plus.
not easy. That's not easy to make a team.
Yeah.
They got studs everywhere. Okay, they're good. I have no problem with them being number 1 in the ranking. Number 1 and number 2 with Georgia. Those teams are ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is Ryan Day's most difficult coaching job of his career. And after Michigan State beats him in the shoe, Ryan Jay's. After Michigan beats him in the shoe, Ryan Day's career as head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes is over.
Right.
Chip Kelly, in fact, Chip Kelly takes over for the playoff.
Oh,
they make the playoff. Chip Kelly, he takes over and finishes off the season. How about that?
You got the whole prediction. You got the script.
Yeah.
That boy is.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I had
Very
10-2, but I had them smacking Ohio State.
Thank you,
though.
Kool-Aid.
Yes.
They're not. I don't know, dog. I'm really bullish about this. Think about this. They're stepping onto the field knowing we can get Ryan Day the hell out of here. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
bro.
man.
You talk about a rival game that has so much more. If they're a trophy game, bro, I can get your coach fired.
Yeah.
Bro, like
And you know what's going to happen the Monday of that big game? The Monday of that big game, that's where Michigan gets to respond to the NOA allegations. And the story bubbles back up. And you know all that is? They think it's going to throw off Michigan. That's going to motivate them that much
You mean how
more.
it threw them off last year that we heard week after week, oh, man, all of this noise, all of this counter-stallion stuff, right? They were supposed to be distracted. Their coach getting suspended, right? They were supposed to lose to Penn State in their home, but they went in there and they said, Penn State, thank you.
Bro, they won 7 more games after that shit came out.
Thank you. Can't you say that one more time with the camera on your face?
7 more games were won after that shit came out. What are we talking about?
Football season, bro.
That's our ring, baby. Kiss the ring.
Kiss the ring.
And you know what, JB? I'll
What's
even
up?
show you some love. I got the scheduled game for you too. So you gonna stand on business today. All right.
Let's do this.
Week 1 at home, Florida Atlantic. What say you?
Win.
All right. Week 2 at Maryland.
Win.
Week 3 at home against Prairie View A&M, wherever the hell that is.
Oh, come on. Win. I believe they're in Texas, by the way.
Week 4 at Boston College. Uh-oh. He choking.
Because he knows if he says win here, then Michigan State's about to have a crazy good season.
He choking.
It's Boston College. Give me the win.
Ooh.
Hey, you might need that win that week because next
Sipping
week,
that green Kool-Aid.
next week you got Ohio State at the crib.
Yeah, that's a loss.
Even at home, Jesus
Smack
Christ.
them, man.
At
Smack
Oregon.
That's a loss, too.
All right, you have an off week and then you come back at home against Iowa. That's a
win. That's a win. It's Iowa. Come on.
Y'all almost beat them last year, but
like, what is this game going to be? Like 15-6 or something?
Cade McNamara masterclass, boy.
Stop, Cade
Remember
McNamara.
when they cheated to get Cade McNamara?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. Cheaters. All right, so where were we? At Iowa. Okay. Another loss, man. At Michigan. At the big house.
It's a loss, jeez.
You done let him in the big house? All right, there's a Django reference for anybody that know that. At home. You guys are at home against Indiana.
Indiana's a win.
All right. You got another off week, and then Saturday, November 16th at Illinois.
That's a win.
All right. Okay, JB.
You had a good season now.
All right. You guys come back home against Purdue.
That's a win. Come on, it's Purdue.
Look at JB over there
And
cheesing,
final
bro.
game of the regular season at home against Rutgers.
It's Rutgers. Come on, win.
Thank you.
What is your final record? That was a lot of dubs today.
That was a lot of dubs. I think we went around, 8-4, 9-3, somewhere around there.
I think it was 9.
I wasn't keeping track. We'll go with 8-4.
Yeah.
We're keeping track. Can I throw a little controversy to your whole guys' Michigan take just a little bit?
Okay.
Look, I'm not sitting here saying they're going to have a very down season. This will be a very different season for Michigan. But if, KG, as you said, they go 9-3, they have 4 ranked opponents on this schedule. If they lose to those 3 ranked opponents, will the committee say something different and not put them in the college playoff?
I mean, Neil Rule been saying that the loss is not going to matter this year. He's been big on that.
If it's close, it's Michigan by a
Yeah.
landslide.
Even-
You can't do the TV networks aren't going to allow that to happen.
Even
It
if
might
you
actually
lose.
become a situation where good losses are a thing. Like it doesn't. It goes from bad losses to what was the quality of your loss. I could definitely see that. Michigan is a big brand. They're pushing this Big Ten, new conference alignment. So they want to get as many Big Ten teams in as possible.
But I'll throw this out there. What about Nebraska? Nebraska doesn't have to play any of the teams Michigan does have to play. They could easily go somewhere 10-2, 11-1, something like that, and still have a better record than Michigan.
That's
Are
true,
you still
but-
going to allow them in?
An 11-1 Nebraska team or a 10-2 Michigan team, who gets in?
You tell me.
You know who.
Come on now.
You know who. Hey, put the camera on brother real quick as he is over here.
Who's helped paying the bills for the NC2A?
Sensual.
Alabama.
Well, yes, the SEC, but we already know that. But you got to throw Michigan in that pot, man. You do.
I don't think they should get in if they lose the 3 big games. They might because
This format is different, though.
all the stuff that people want to hate about, they might get in for that reason. It could also be the NCAA.
Hey.
That's their jab at them. Right? You're not. Although it's not the NCAA, it's College Football Playoff Committee, different organization, right?
Neil made a great point. We kind of saw it last year with Alabama and Florida State. Florida State probably rightfully should have got in the playoff.
Absolutely.
But Alabama, the bigger brand, SEC school, Nick Saban, what would be his last year? Come on now.
I mean, there was also like the circumstances of Jordan Travis breaking his ankle and then not having their quarterback.
True. Yeah. But you have something to say about the JB's question?
Well, I was just saying, like, to talk about, like, you know, like, how the losses matter. Like, you don't know how they matter until they happen. Like, even if you lose by 1, you know, it's still a loss. Like, it should still, like, count against you. You know, like, winning ugly is still winning. And I think, like, at the end of the day, winning is what matters. I beated the drum for it when I was crying about why the Red Wings didn't get in the playoffs last year. They won more games.
Yeah.
They should have got in. I understand why Alabama got in last year. I think we've seen like the precedent of letting the undefeated team who like deservedly gets a shot. I mean, look what happened to Michigan State. Like I know they had the one loss that year, but
it's about matchups, man.
Yeah, I mean, last year we got, I think the first time was like the best 4 teams making it, and like you can cry about Florida State all you want, like they
best
weren't.
4 teams making it, and who won?
Michigan ended up winning.
Okay.
Yeah,
retired Saban.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I see our chat as well. They won't let the Iowa stuff go. Chuckle cheese. Iowa cheated to get a bump.
Cheaters!
Should have took notes. There's more people talking about the Iowa stuff. I see Mike G and others. And you know what's funny about that? They cheated to get a quarterback, as if that quarterback doesn't automatically also come with signs.
Yeah, weird.
Come on, you see what I'm saying? Like,
I don't
think
recall.
about it. They cheated. What I'm saying is they're cheating to get a quarterback. They're cheating to get a quarterback who knows the playbook, who knows the signs in the same conference. They cheated to get that guy.
They did.
You tell me how that to me is less than any of this counter stallion shenanigans in which they can't tie any strings together. They cheated to get a player, bro, that knew all of Michigan stuff. That to me is wild, and I think it should be a bigger story than anyone's made it.
Illegally recruiting a Michigan player versus buying a recruit food.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not even
Like,
going to
what are
go
we
down
talking
that
about?
rabbit hole, but there are.
Well, isn't that illegally recruiting as well, though?
They know their plays. Michigan knew the play. Bro.
It's more the
Michigan
recruiting
got
violation.
poached by more than just Iowa if you look at this stuff, man. Like, it should be a bigger story, but.
Where the sanctions at? That's what I want to know.
Huh?
Where the Iowa sanctions at? That's what I want to know. Strip them of wins. No, I'm talking
Because
shit.
Michigan-
I'm just
Iowa,
talking.
they don't have
I'm playing, people. I'm playing.
All right, we are so far past break. Let's do all of our let's do a couple here.
Yeah, we gotta definitely do a
we
couple.
We gotta come
here.
back. What's trending with JB and mailbag? Get your mailbag questions in. We're just gonna shoot the shit for the rest of the show. JB, what do we got? A couple.
Let's do Lady Jane's Guardian and Swiss.
Hey, you know what?
That's
Let's
all
go.
three.
That's
Trade
three.
ball.
That's 3
Trade
free
ball.
throws. 3 free throws, man. Awesome is where a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That is Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. All you got to do is stop in, sit back and relax, and let one of Lady Jane's talented hairstylists, I know you guys have probably seen a couple of them on the show already, let one of them make you look and feel great. Walk in anytime. They're open 7 days a week. It's Lady Jane's, and it is wicked awesome. And let me tell you guys about Guardian Alarm. They offer you customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions that are specific to your needs. It is 24/7 professional monitoring, so you can call us anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. It is technology that is backed by people, and your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. All you got to do, call this number right here, 1-800-STAY-OUT. Once again, that number, 1-800-STAY-OUT. And now more than ever, it is critical for you to have your current insurance provider reviewed. Why? Swiss will make sure that they're not slipping in anything extra, especially no fees or raising the deductibles. All you gotta see, JV. All you gotta do is call Mark at Swiss Insurance today. That number 313-530-1698, or visit them online, SwissINS.com, and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Are you dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch? Well, check out Mark White & Associates. They're your trusted real estate experts, and they're here to help. Mark White and his team, they'll pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000 of your closing costs. So go give Mark White & Associates a call today, 248-290-8242, or go visit them at markwhitesells.com. After you do that, you're hungry. Go get some biscuits. Go get some fried chicken. Head over to Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza. They're taking over Michigan. They're known for their quality hand-battered and hand-breaded tenders, sandwiches, and New York-style pizza. They got locations popping up all over Metro Detroit, including their grand opening in Madison Heights that happened just a few weeks ago. So be sure to stop in at a mega station near you to try it, or go to www.sorokis.com. And if you fed your kids this food growing up, they're getting big and strong, they want to play football, join the best youth football league in Metro Detroit. It's the Boys and Girls Club of Southeastern Michigan's 3C Sports League. They offer youth ages 5 to 14 years old with 6 exciting teams to choose from in Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. All the coaches as part of this league, they're trained, certified, and undergo background checks. So your kids will be safe and taken care of in terms of learning the game of football or cheer. So register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. Again, equipment, meals, transportation, and the chance to play at Ford Field for the championship game. It's all included for just $175 a child. I swear it's worth it. Put the youth back in youth sports with BGCSM 3C Sports.
Hey, back-to-back triples for the team.
Buckets.
That's how we do, man. That's why we got the lead.
Michael Red.
Today's Friday. It was supposed to be Bar King. Kool-Aid wanted to walk away with the ring. But for another week, it's going to be my guy, KG.
Foot on neck.
Hey, y'all didn't just see the bars? The bars? Come on.
Foot on neck.
But Bar King, did you hear the bars just now?
I heard it.
I was right. Come on, y'all.
I heard it, no.
What up, though, people? Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward. Thank you guys for kicking off the day with the entire WUW Crew. Well, not the entire. Shout out to that dude, Justin, and Flannel Sam. Flannel Sam will be on Big D Energy today. That dude, Justin, is still working tremendously for the squad. We got Chase, we got KG, myself, Kool-Aid, Broder, and it's time to spark up with Woodward Sports MVP. Hey, let's rock. Word is this for JB Smooth.
And now it's time for the most electrifying segment on the internet. It's What's Trending with JB. Live on Wake Up Woodward.
Here's Jeremy.
Let's ride. Broder, you okay?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep. Fortunately, we get a second round here in a couple minutes, I'm sure.
You already know where we're at in Birmingham. Lady Jane's spot, Birmingham Roast. You got to come by, check it out. Even just people watching. It's good around here.
Oh, it's great.
It is great around here. But I got to show you guys this before I get into some of these videos. So the Arizona Cardinals just unveiled their new field level luxury boxes to everybody. Take a look at this.
That's dope.
Yeah, field level, everybody.
That is nice.
It's like an Airbnb.
Looks like IKEA.
Basically.
You get to watch them lose in luxury.
I know, right? So much fun. But I will ask you guys, do you know how much this actually cost?
No idea. Probably, I'd say $1,100 per suite.
I would go up.
You need to go way up per game.
20,000?
Anywhere from 26 to 40,000 per game.
Whoa.
26,000?
So it gets you what? 20 tickets, 10 parking passes, food, and alcohol package.
Yep. Okay. 26 to 40,000 per game.
Who's paying 26,000 to watch the Cardinals?
Somebody.
And I think they're going to be improved this year.
People got some money out there, dog.
Those are Cardinals, not Falcons?
No, those are Cardinals.
As Cardinals pop up on the little ESPN shit over there, too.
A lot of retirees out in Arizona. They got some.
I guess.
They got 26,000 to spend on this.
I guess.
And it must be like, business companies, buying out suites and stuff to host. But
huge tax write-off.
At what point, this just popped in when you showed that, at what point does, to me, watching football, it's about, just jamming in with all the other Lions fans.
Yeah.
It's about drinking beer and popcorn flying everywhere.
Harassing out-of-town fans.
Not like a life of luxury, kick your feet up on the lazy boys. I mean, it's sick, don't get me wrong. But
yeah.
I mean, I've been in a suite before. It is what it is. Now, I mean, I haven't been in that kind of suite, but, I mean, a suite is a suite.
It's fun if you're celebrating something, getting together with some people, but for that price, that's not a celebration.
Yeah.
At all.
I'll be the +1. I'm not paying, so.
That's like, man,
y'all can invite me.
For the next year, bro.
Yeah. Just get that invoice from the company you're hosting. Get paid.
Yeah, get paid. Brother, you and me, we're kind of sickos when it comes to collectibles, especially cards as well, too.
Yeah.
But now I think it's getting a little out of hand because the Dodgers just held their second annual Shohei Ohtani bobblehead giveaway night.
Are they going to get stolen again?
And collectors are putting these back up for sale at $2,000 a pop.
$2,000.
Now,
this is genius. Sorry,
keep in mind, some of these bobbleheads are the gold version of Shohei Ohtani, but obviously you don't know until you open it up.
Ooh.
That's the gold version right there. But yeah, they're going as high as $2,000 on eBay.
This is insane.
Brother, would you invest in an Ohtani bobblehead?
Well, no, I would try to get one of them for free. I think it's genius.
You gonna steal one?
Genius. I'm not gonna what?
5-figure discount.
You heard
Yeah, 5-figure discount.
I swear, if you guys re-roll the tape, what I heard was, I'm about to go and put on my Black Forces.
Yeah.
I'm about to take
Get the ski
KG's
mask.
gold lambskin do-rag, and I'm about to stomp somebody out until I find my bobblehead.
Run that.
Hey, look at him. He's over there practicing right now.
Run that, little dog.
Yeah. My Black Air Forces. No, I think it's genius marketing by them. This is bringing collectibles, supply and demand. They were lining up for the Ohtani bobbleheads. I don't know if they knew ahead of time that there were 200 gold ones. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But those 200 are now those are the exclusive ones that all the hype. People will buy a ticket to the game
just for
genius.
this.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they do something like this with Tarek Skubal next year.
Ooh. I hope so.
America. They should.
They should if they're smart.
I would go to every one of those games just to get a free, the chance of something free turning into something.
If you don't like to spend money, you might as well make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be sick if you got there's the one pull and you got the game jersey from that day, or you got like Riley Green's bat from that game or something. That'd be sick.
It's the same thing when JB and I ordered our the chance at I ordered one. I don't know if you ordered more.
No, I just ordered one.
Chance of getting that 1 of 1 Steph, LeBron,
KD?
Durant, KD autograph.
Mm-hmm.
Just the chance of getting that one. We'll go buy. We'll spend $10 on a card that's probably worth $1.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with that at all either. Bro. Now to the funny videos. I just gotta let you guys know this guy definitely hit up Dispo.
Hey, girl.
Wait.
Oh yeah, he out of there. He out of cards facing the other way.
The ace 2 offsuit.
Cooked.
10-4. She got nothing.
Yeah.
He doesn't have anything either.
Dog over there.
Look at him, dog.
Slump cam. Slumped.
It's how his eyes look closed to me, but that he's still looking around though. Bro, open your eyes. What you got?
No.
Oh wait,
open your eyes, bro.
Let it play through one more time.
His eyes are open. Dog.
I see a 2. I see a 2 on the was it on the flop? 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
he's got a straight.
That's a straight.
I saw a 2, 3, 4, and 5. That dude won.
He was gonna win.
Wow.
That's how it be.
Because I got high.
The other people fold.
I was gonna win the game, but then I got high.
See? Oh my god.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, I hear Bro over there with the low tones, man. We're gonna have to work some out with these Satisfy songs.
Yeah, man.
Satisfy the like button.
Satisfy the like button. And finally, I will end what's trending with this. It's football season, so I got to throw a football video out there. But you know what? I don't think their season's starting off so great.
Break the banner. Break the banner.
No!
Oh! I like how it's multiple kids that ran into it.
But nah, look how he just get clothesline. Look at this. He ain't game day ready.
Bow.
What are you doing? You're the lead person and you get tackled by the banner,
You
bro.
got it ripped through the banner, man.
Yeah,
They're
the
supposed to be
season's
the
not starting off
Rams
great.
too, and they can't ram through the banner.
Facts.
They not winning a game this year. I can already tell you that. It's already bad.
What?
I've been on
the cheerleaders?
It's bad, man.
Oh my God.
I've been on the team that won 0 games. They is not winning the game this year.
We might need to have
I know what it looked like.
I know what it looked like. That's
I
the
might need to have
first
a
side.
conversation next week about the Rams might not be what we thought they were.
We are what they thought they were. Trash.
Look at Stafford
Right.
legal. You know what? That kid got up. That kid got up and ran to the banner like, "Hey, good hit." But that's dirty, man.
Right.
That's dirty.
Boo. Boo.
JB, killer job.
Yeah, that's it for what's
Good
trending.
job, bro.
I love it. I love it. Kool-Aid.
Yes, sir.
We're not even taking a break. Well, get your mailbag questions in. Put in
'em in now.
hashtag Feldman mailbag.
Yep.
Ask us anything you want. Kool-Aid.
I got a message for that kid, man. Look, if you might be injured or his parents, well, attention sports fans,
Neck
don't
broke.
miss out on expert sports
Neck
injury
broke.
insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday on Big D Energy and every Thursday on Ermanni and Edwards, where he's offering you top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy to DMAC Trust. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best, kid who ran into the banner. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
And then Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, who since 1996 have been driven to provide a first-class carbine experience. They call it the Feldman Advantage. They got 18 locations in Michigan, so there has to be a dealership in your backyard somewhere. Just visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. Check us out there once a month at Feldman Chevrolet of Novi. Just go for all your car needs. Go to Feldman Chevrolet. It's part of what makes them Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. You know what? They also sponsor our mailbag segment. That's the Feldman mailbag segment.
Wake up.
Sponsored by Feldman.
That's right.
Yeah, again, get hashtag Feldman Automotive in the chat. I'm jumping right into it, boys. Ed O'Neill, Feldman mailbag. Does Brad saying that the expectation is to win a Super Bowl? Are you confident that the team can win it as a wild card going on the road, or do we need the #1 seed? Fantastic question, Ed O'Neill. Super Bowl or bust? Are you as confident if they don't get that #1 seed and home court advantage throughout the playoffs? If they have to go to Philly, if they have to go to San Francisco,
Okay.
Tampa.
Confidence? I don't know if that's where I'm confident that this team is going to handle business if they get a 1 or 2 seed. But obviously it makes the path way easier for this squad if you get that first round bye, man. And you get that home field advantage throughout.
Me personally, I mean, I'm confident in the team regardless. Like if my ultimate goal, I don't care about the results. Get in the playoffs, win in the playoffs. So I'm at the point now where it's Super Bowl or bust. We are in a Super Bowl window. We can't make excuses for this team. If they somehow have to go on the road throughout the playoffs, they are expected to win in the playoffs. If they are to be a top, 2 NFC team or a top 4 NFL team and a Super Bowl contender, they need to find a way. So if that's the path, so be it. But I do expect them to at least have one home game throughout the playoffs, even if they don't get the #1 seed, which I desperately want them to do. But if not, they'll figure out a way.
Love it. JB, I'm going to start with this one. Start with you on this one. CK, mailbag, who scores the first touchdown for Michigan and for you, Michigan State? Who scores the first touchdown of the season tonight against Florida Atlantic?
Ooh, I think Aiden Childs runs this in just to show. Aiden Childs runs this in for Michigan State. Michigan, obviously Donovan Edwards is gonna break a 30, 40 yarder, just take it straight to the house.
All right, around the horn, Chase, Michigan, first touchdown scored.
I'll go with Alex Orgy so you guys can have your little orgy in the end zone.
Damn right.
Lord.
And it's going to be plenty of them. But
KG.
to be different, because I did think Donovan Edwards, Samaj Morgan on the end around.
Oh!
Yes.
You're getting crystal clear it's going to be on an end around.
Yes.
I like that. We didn't see many end arounds with Jim Harbaugh, but you're talking about Sharon Moore changing things up.
Yep.
Kool-Aid.
Hey, orgy in the end zone, man.
No, you
wants
nasty.
We're there. We're there.
Nasty.
Oh, you nasty. How about this? Kalel Mullins. No. Pause. Colston Loveland.
Oh.
Ooh.
Colston Loveland. Sorry.
That's a good one.
Book it. First touchdown. Orgy to Loveland. Then who wants a mustache ride?
Orgy Loveland.
Oh my God.
I don't know about their mustache.
I like that one better.
The fact that it's coming from Mike G. I love this question.
It's an Orgy Loveland.
It is. Ooh. Mike G. Feldman Mail Sack. Would you buy a Mel Tucker bobblehead knowing it will be super valuable one day as a collector's item?
Would it?
Pass. I don't know what's on that bobblehead.
Hypothetically. Hey, some of the most expensive or most valuable collector's items are like serial killers and murderer.
True.
Algorithm.
That's wild.
Rewind.
Whoa.
Serial offenders.
A short-lived Mel Tucker. I mean, his second year wasn't even great. He had the good first year, of course, but
Come on, what if the bobblehead was holding an iPhone?
Still no.
it's got to say Tuck coming.
What
on
if
it.
you can't see what he's doing with his hands?
I don't like that.
One-handed. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the desk.
I don't know, man. Certain things is just totems for just bad energy, bro.
The rape victim community wouldn't take too kindly to that bobblehead.
Think about it. You walk in and it's just like you look at it. It's just like, oh my word. Like, I don't even want to think about the situation. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Here's a good one from Dante. I don't know the context, but I think JB and KG will. Dante 151, Feldman mailbag. Broder, with all the Chet Lemon talk, it reminds me when Kevin Nash was Chet Lemon on a TNA wrestling when Main Event Mafia was running the show. Ooh. JB and KG should remember that episode.
Yeah, well, I don't remember that specific episode, but I absolutely remember the Main Event Mafia. They don't get enough love as being one of the all-time great factions, although they were in TNA. You had Kurt Angle, Kevin Nash, Booker T with the Jamaican accent. He was doing some kind of weird accent. That was great, man. And Scott Steiner, man, that was a run, man. That was Sting. I can't forget Sting was in that too. But one of the best factions ever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's one of the best factions ever, but I like to see the resurgence of them back together in TNA as well too. It was nice to see them all together. Like, I don't know why Booker T had that weird Jamaican Kofi Kingston accent.
How can you not say they one of the best factions ever? Booker T literally cut a promo while beating someone up. Booker T with the stomp. That shit was great, man.
It was really entertaining, and I liked it, but I don't think a lot of people tapped into TNA, especially back then as well too. But
that was the golden era.
They missed
TNA.
out.
Man. That's really interesting. Really interesting. Two more to read off real quick. One, you might have excuse me, you might have one of the most epic last names ever, Erica. Erica Stillwagon, my Feldman mailbag question.
Still.
Y'all still wagging out there? Her last name is Stillwagon, I think. I love it. Love it. And the last one, let's end on this. Sorry. Whoo! Chuckle Cheese. Feldman mailbag. Do you think J-Mo and St. Brown will become the top duo in the NFL, the top wide receiver duo in the NFL after this season? I say yes.
They have a chance to.
I say yes. You said they have a chance.
Yeah. I love this, man. Super optimistic, Broder, today. I like it.
Broder on one for sure.
Hey, yeah. Hey, it's a Friday show. I think it was a good show. Is
awesome.
That one?
Yeah, that's it. Let's do it.
Rock.
Let's do it. You want to give me? Did you just do a little?
I'll put a little heat.
Yeah, I messed it up on air.
Hey, let's rock, man. Shout out to that dude, Justin. Shout out to Flannel Sam, the other members of the Wake Up Woodward family. And shout out to you, chat family. The likes this week, the views, the support, the engagement as we get closer and closer to Lions season. It's been definitely awesome. If you haven't gotten the opportunity to yet, go ahead and smash that like button. Support the WUW Crew. It means the world to us. I'm serious. Shout out to intern Chase. Thank you for everything that you're doing for us, man. We love the commentary. Like you've been on the team, brother.
Hey, appreciate it. Happy to be here.
Hey, that's what's up. Shout out to this elite, wonderful, stupendous, magnificent, some dogs, man. Look, put them underneath the X-ray machine. What you see? You see some
Still wagging.
Hey, that's right, man. Shout out to Detroit.
They said it's an alias, to be clear.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an alias.
I'm still wagging out here. I'm going to stay wagging out here.
Still wagging.
Shout out Erica, man.
That's right, man. Detroit's #1 draft pick in the sound booth. That is KG. What up,
hey, you know what it is, man. Great week. We are so close to Lions season, man. I'm just can September 8th get here, man? We almost there, man. But looking forward to another great week of content leading up to Boo Them Kids. Y'all know what it is, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. WUW Sports is MVP in the booth. It's a Friday show. That's JB Smooth.
Hey, it's been an amazing week. A very long week. I will say that as well, too. But, hey, you got college football not only tonight, but Saturday. I believe Sunday as well, too. There's a game on. But, hey, it should be a fun weekend. Love you guys. Ready for another great week. Season's almost here.
I love the way that brother supports me. As I was standing in the titty booth, I saw him point to his breast. So, thank you for that, bro.
Honestly, it's one of the breast shows in a while.
Breast show.
Remember the breast bracket?
Yeah.
That was great.
Mojo in the morning way back in the day.
I got a T-shirt for JB at the booth.
Hey, let's rock. You know what? Shout out to Woodward Sports' credentialed Tigers and our Lions reporter and writer. Thank you for that segment honoring the 84 Tigers. They're celebrating the 40-year anniversary this weekend. Man, Matthew Broder.
This is it. That was fun today.
Bless you, Broder.
Have a great weekend. Go support the Tigers, whether you're watching or go down to Comerica Park. I think it's going to be a nice weekend. Support those 1984 Tigers and teams 5 games out of the wild card. There, I said it. Go support them. We got Mize on the mound tonight, Scooble on the mound tomorrow. Let's go beat the Sox.
Let's
beat
rock.
the Sox.
And I want to just shout out this poll, man, because I love the optimism, man. Look what you've done to the chat today, Broder.
Talk to me.
How many yards will J-Mo have in week 1? 63% of the chat say he's going to have 60 plus.
That's what's up.
Yes,
21% say 50 plus.
Hey, my man's earlier said 200 yards.
200 yards and 2 touchdowns. I'm not gonna, hey, J-Mo, I'm not going to limit you. Who am I to limit you? I'm not
I'm not going to limit you.
I mean, 200. I mean,
Here's the thing.
that's a little bit.
He doesn't need many touches to make things
That's
happen.
true.
That is facts.
You could give him the ball on the 20-yard
And
line.
if
It
we
might
know
be
Ben
80
Johnson-
real quick.
Bet
Yo.
responsibly. Don't bet 200 yards.
Yeah, don't do that.
First drive, they're going to target him at least one target, 30 plus yards. Hey, I feel it. But it's your boy Brandon, the AK Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. It's been a great show. Thank you guys for your support all week. Have a great Labor Day weekend, man. Hey, have a blessed one, you all. Thank you.